Hi, I'm David E. Smith Jr., and today we're going to talk about tuning into your natural frequency. Yes, your natural frequency. My friends, many things are happening on the world stage at this time. Okay? All over the world. You know it, I know it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. However, not much of the good is being reported. You know that. Well, today, I want you to start to reset yourself and take in the good that you deserve. I want you to tune into your natural born frequency. It doesn't matter what your race, your gender, your beliefs are. We all come from the same source. We all bleed the same blood. So whether you call the source, God, Allah, Jehovah, the all that is, prime directive, or whatever, again, we all come from that same one source. And besides that source, there is none other. You see, I don't want you to forget that. For you are here for a purpose, a contracted purpose that you agreed to. And no, don't think that you can just cop out and say, I'm waiting for things to get better when I go to heaven, or I'll wait for some man to fall through the clouds and save my day, right? Save me from all this trauma. That's not going to happen. Let me give you a quote for today. I want you to just resonate with that quote. Just hold on to it for a while and see if it resonates with you throughout the day. The medium is the message. Okay, the medium is the message. And that's by Marshall McLuhan. Just think about that quote. See, it's time for a spiritual reset, my friends. It's time to stop the passive consumption and proceed with analytical thinking of what you're doing. All the noise that you are reading, hearing, and watching is not serving your inner good, your inner potential. In fact, you think wars that are going on around the world are bad? Take a look at the war that has been casted on you since your early days on this planet. Sure, I could talk about many things, but today I want to talk about the one medium that is, and continues to create an assault on your well-being, your mental health, and your good resolve. What am I talking about? The destructive power of television. That's right. That idiot box that sits on a stand in your living space or nowadays in the palm of your hand. In order to reset and regain the true spiritual power that you are, clothed in material matter that descended here contractually to be a part of the world's undertakings, you should first really begin to understand some of your opposing forces. As you know, all heroes, and you're a hero, everyone is a hero. We come from that same source. We all have a nemesis, a common enemy. And today, I will only talk about the device that compresses both time and space, turns the world into a continuous stream of images, while continuously blurring the line between reality and representation. Yes, the television. Television goes by many different names, my friends. You know it, such as TV, idiot box, the telly, the tube, and so forth. But you all know what I'm referring to. Let's break down what the television really amounts to. The literal meaning of the word television comes from two roots. Tele, which is Greek for far or at a distance, and vision, the Latin root for sight or seeing. So what does this combination give you? Seeing from a distance, or should I say, seeing things from a distance. All right, they're telling you a vision. All right, they're telling you a vision from a distance. This technology is taken from an innate power that you already possess called remote viewing. Another topic that I just won't discuss today, but it amounts to seeing images, things transmitted from far away. Let me put it another way. Telling you a vision of how the producer or transmitter desires you to see the events happening somewhere else, which in essence is having you experience so-called realities that are curated of other worlds without leaving your home. You sit in your home, just click the channels. Yes, you're watching a mediated reality, a reality that you experience through a medium rather than directly. So rather than seeing something with your own senses, you experience it through a layer of technology, media, or interpretation of someone else. So when you turn on your set, what happens? You're prepped for programming. Pro meaning before and grammar meaning writing. Combined, you are ready to watch something that was scripted beforehand. Whether or not it is true, whether or not it is relevant, whether or not it has an effect on your everyday life. You've just powered on a machine for constructing collective perception, a central storytelling device of the 20th and 21st century, shaping what? Shaping politics, culture, advertising, and a collective memory. Let's get a little deeper now. Let's go down this rabbit hole. Turning on the television is really what society tells you is called entertainment. However, let's break that word down. Entertainment comes from the Old French entretenir. Entre means between or among, and tenir is to have or to hold. So putting it all together, you have to hold together or to keep someone occupied or engaged, hold their attention. Now, modifying that word just a little bit, you will find the actual word to be used when turning on the television is really what? Entrainment. Not entertainment, entrainment. Entrainment, a word that describes two or more rhythmic systems synchronized with each other over time. So the word entrainment comes from the word entraîneur, or entraîner, I should say, which means to draw along or to pull into action. So you get the carefully crafted sounds in sync with images on television, and you begin the entrainment process, video and sound. Next, you want to choose a network. Network. What is a network? A network is a system of interconnected nodes, just like neurons in the brain. Are you getting the roots as to where all this is truly coming from? You choose a network, okay, meaning something woven together like a net. You're engulfed in that net, okay, their net. So you change the channel, the frequency, and tune into a pathway which energy or information or consciousness flows. Esoterically, channeling is a conduit through which non-physical information or energy or influence is transmitted, which can be spiritual or it can be demonic. So when you get there, you've changed that channel now, right, to the frequency, meaning media, the one that you desire. That is called a station, such as like NBC, ABC, CNN, and so forth. The station coming from the Latin statio, derived from stare, meaning to remain or position. You stare at that television. Yes, the station that you've chosen to program you. Yes, you're letting everything channel in. So once on the frequency, that station, you are set for the broadcast. The origin of the word broadcast means to scatter seeds across a field, but that was for farmers. But in the case of television, it's to scatter information across the network, transmitting information to many receivers simultaneously. Do you ever notice how all of the mainstream media news in the first few minutes of their broadcast, okay, they all broadcast the same news? Perhaps you notice they all have the same reason as to why the stock market is up or down. Never do they say, "Oh, we don't know why that happened." They always have an answer. Always have an answer for you. However, you want to look at it, okay? They scatter their news. News, we want to know the truth of what that means. News means north, east, west, and south. So after you get your fill of programming, you turn the channel or cell phone, you turn it what? You turn it off. Okay, only to get the black screen, the scrying mirror, which is the dark reflective surface used in divination or meditation to receive impressions, visions, or symbolic imagery. In the case of television media, you're left with what? The scrying of negativity, content and news that doesn't serve your good, but designed to place you in fear, in doubt, regret. So what I'm saying to you is be careful what you watch, my friends. Learn to discern, especially if you watch that mainstream media. If you must watch television, try what? True independent media. Overall, come back to yourself and reset. How? Through reading of scripture and whatever your belief is. I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter. Meditation. The stillness spoken of in all scriptures. Not all, okay, have the same words of meditation, but the word meditation may not be used in your particular scripture, but when you see the words be still, that is what it's talking about. It's talking about be still, meaning meditate. Your frequency, your broadcast, your receiver rests inside of you, each and every one of us. So be careful what you allow into your consciousness. Discernment is critical. If you choose to watch television, be selective. Seek out independent voices rather than relying on mainstream narratives. Better yet, return to yourself. Spend time reading the wisdom traditions, reading and being with yourself, the traditions that resonate with you and your spirit. Spend time in stillness. Spend time in meditation. Every spiritual tradition on earth speaks of stillness, my friends, in one form or another. The word meditation may not always, like I said, appear in your text, but remember what I just said. When it says be still, okay, that's exactly what it's pointing towards. So you can then resonate on that proper frequency, have that proper broadcast, and you are the proper receiver. They are not outside of you. They exist within you. And the most powerful broadcast station in the universe is not NBC, ABC, or CNN. It is your own consciousness. Thanks for listening. If you found this information of value, well, you know what? Feel free to subscribe and share. Until next time, may a spoonful of knowledge reach you.